Switch 2 owners finally have a game they can be proud of. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, July 18th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. First big piece of news, like I said, we've got a summer launch because Nintendo does whatever they want, and even though there's usually a summer slump, they want to give some content to their Switch 2 owners. So Donkey Kong Bonanza has finally launched. It's still within the launch window. We can't quite say it's a console seller because I think Switch 2s are kind of sold out everywhere. But anyone who does have one will be excited. Donkey Kong Bonanza is currently sitting at a 90 Metacritic. It's Donkey Kong's take on like Super Mario Odyssey, where they like mix up mechanics and there's a lot of destruction, I hear, but a lot of really cool fun systems to interact with in Donkey Kong Bonanza. And a 90 Metacritic, means that people are enjoying it, people are liking it, and I don't personally own a Switch 2, so I can't tell you my point of view, but I did find out that it is the same team that made Super Mario Odyssey, which probably lends to it, being a hit. And even though Donkey Kong is a slightly less popular character than Mario, it sounds like they're doing some pretty cool stuff, kind of like what they did with Super Mario Odyssey, where they elevated it to a kind of new, modern generation, which it sounds like they're doing with Donkey Kong. So excited to see that Switch 2 owners finally have an exclusive that they can, be excited for, other than Mario Kart. If you've played Donkey Kong Bonanza or own a Switch 2, let me know. Curious to hear your thoughts. In more Nintendo news, but slightly tangentially related, the actors who will be playing Link and Zelda in the live-action Zelda movie next year in 2026 have been selected. Unfortunately, it is not Hunter Schafer, even though I think they look the part of Zelda very well. They've gone with younger actors, and they're kind of unknown British people who might or might not have been on some like British soap operas or drama shows. So don't know either of these actors from anything, but getting young British actors who look mostly the part look pretty cool. So I'll have a link down below. You can check that out and give your own, hopefully reasonable 2 cents on these young actors playing these two very prominent characters. So excited to see that. In more movie-related news, we got the first trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, the second Mortal Kombat movie this week, and it gives the people what they want. A whole lot of Carl Urban's Johnny Cage. He's kind of playing a washed-up old actor who's kind of washed out of the industry, and they're giving us finally the tournament, which is what you kind of want your the starting point of your Mortal Kombat series is just there's the Mortal Kombat tournament, which we didn't get in the first movie, which is why it was kind of panned. But yeah, and it looks like, I don't know if Johnny Cage is exclusively our POV character, but they've really kind of told this trailer through his eyes and given us an input. I got the actress who's playing Sonya Blade is also looks really cool, so or looks very much the part, which is awesome. It also shows a whole bunch of characters like Jax. I think Liu Kang was in the background. They gave us a somewhat younger Raiden than I kind of would have expected, but it looks fun, looks interesting, and I'm ready for a whole lot of bloody action in the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, so looking forward to that. Call of Duty's been around for almost 2 decades now, and now they want to know your birthday. They are adding age verification to accounts for all players, so that underage players have to get their parents' permission before pwning you in a deathmatch. I'm surprised it took them this long to realize, hey, maybe I know that the game's rated M, and but with digital purchasing and all that kind of stuff, kids can get access to things without necessarily asking their parents' permission. So Call of Duty is taking it into their own hands, so to make sure that kids at least have their parents' permission before being able to kill people in Warzone. So good job on them, but it's taken them a little bit too long, I would say. So maybe not too much of a good job on that one. Only a few months ago, Netflix was talking about how they were slowing down gaming and they were closing down studios and were kind of focusing and consolidating. And now this week they're back. They're ramping up, baby. And yeah, they're talking about new ways to monetize, which is interesting coming from Netflix, which already is a subscription service. And then they have gaming, like free games on top of that, but they want to be able to monetize them as well. And Netflix's prices is like 12, maybe $15 a month. I don't even know how much I pay for Netflix. But yeah, alternative ways of monetizing people, like, it's a hard sell, and also, uh, it's a little bit two faced when like 6 months ago in March they were just like, oh, we're kind of slowing things down and consolidating. So, yeah, the fact that they're ramping up again and trying to figure out how to monetize people, for people like me who are really well engaged, have a Netflix account and love playing games, I still have no idea how to like access games on their platform. Um, so whether they spin it off into its own app that they can use, but still use your Netflix login, maybe that's already how it works. But it hasn't been explained to me, and Netflix isn't doing a good job of educating me. So I still think they got a pretty big uphill battle on that one. I believe I talked a couple months ago about Razer partnering up with Pokemon, and now we get to see the fruits of that partnership. There is a Pikachu mouse, pun intended. There is a mouse pad, and then it has all the starter Pokemon on a keyboard. So if you like Razer accessories like I do, and you you want to see Pokemon versions of all the stuff they create, that got announced this week. So I'll have a link down below for you to check that out. The world's most famous cube, and I'm going to stick by this statement, Rubik's, is making a new kind of modern LCD screen Rubik's Cube, which looks pretty cool. I saw that this week. And you can potentially play like mobile games on it, even though it's like a series of LCD screens. And then you can also like display it on a shelf, and I guess it could be like a clock or display an image or whatever you want on that as well. So Rubik's is making something for modern audiences, I guess, covered in LCD screens, and you can play games on it. So caught my eye this week. Let me know if you think there is a more famous cube than the Rubik's Cube down below. Minecraft is looking to make some, not diamond statue, but crystal statues with their partnership with Swarovski. That was announced this week. You'll be able to get diamond statuettes, which kind of begs the question of, this is always like, there's always brand partnerships where I don't quite understand, and this is one of them where I'm like, who is this for? Like, Minecraft is primarily like 8 to 13-year-olds, and something tells me they don't care too much about crystal display Swarovski crystals. So I'm very curious who this is for. I do like the pun of like Minecraft crystals, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. In more Minecraft news, Jack Black's Lava Chicken song from the hit movie The Minecraft Movie, which is on the top 100 on Billboard, which is crazy for this like 40-second jingle, is being ported into the Minecraft game. So you can download it, you can listen to it on the radio, I guess, and now you can be in the Minecraft game and listen to the Lava Chicken songs from the Minecraft movie. So there's some brand synergy there as well. Last but not least this week, award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV is picking the winners and losers in the operating system space. They announced this week that starting in October, they will no longer be supporting Windows 10 with like updates, and the game, the game won't get updates or refreshes or bug fixes if you were playing Final Fantasy XIV on a platform that has Windows 10 on your Windows 10 PC. So pretty interesting kind of stance to take. I think I'm still on Windows 10 on this PC, but I also don't play Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm not too worried. But if you do have Windows 10, they are going to stop supporting it circa October of this year. So pretty interesting stance to take, and not sure why they're doing that, but maybe Microsoft gave them a lot of money to make that happen so that people have to upgrade. But I digress. That's it for this week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below in the comments. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye!